really the product, but just the community and, the values and, everything else that goes along with that. So thank you everyone for that. Let me jump down to our Foxprops channel real quick and see what new things we have in there. Not too many, but a couple. We have the Smith, Foxprops to marketing. This is a little older, but that's pretty much it. Just the Smith and H-Pain. That was the last one that was there. I don't know why Discord decided to highlight that channel, telling me there was something new when there wasn't. But anyways, we always give Foxprops to our different work streams, and marketing being one of those big ones that is trying to give out the message. And I know that when users on the app, so it's good to see when things start unraveling and making things happen. So it's always good to see that. Always Foxprops, for real. The Smith, always Foxprops. All right, so that looks like it's appreciations, and I know that this is probably another short call when it comes to actual proposals and stuff that might be live, because we do not have anything live currently other than a sneak in by Pasta Ghost that was just put in under incubation or ideation. Sorry, it was already in incubation. It's in ideation now, and that is SCP 108, and that's ratifying a code of conduct and granting the moderation workstream authority to enforce its provisions. So this basically just hit, I don't know, a couple minutes before our call. So, I definitely didn't have much time to put the slide deck together other than just a link to it and basically the name. So I will definitely make sure that that gets more time and shine next week when I have a little bit more time to deal with that. But that is there. And if let's see if I see Pasta Ghost or anyone that represented that was a group effort, I think, from all accounts that I've heard. I do see Pasta Ghost. So I'm going to invite him up. But I know that this was a something that was combined amongst many members, and they definitely had input from everyone. So I definitely give you the time to shine. GM Pasta Ghost, how are you today, sir?
Yeah, everyone's doing all right. How about you?
Good. Glad to have you up here once again. Always look forward to your proposals. You put a lot of thought and effort into them and energy, so it's good to see you up here. Give you time to shine if you would like to speak about this a little bit more.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't have any real updates related to the proposal. There haven't been any substantial material changes at all. But yeah, that is now moved forward to ideation. It'll be up for 5 days, after which time we can move it forward to an official vote. But more than happy to take any questions if anyone's got any.
Yep. Let's see. Anyone got any questions? Feel free to raise your hand. Talk in stage chat. Jump up on stage. Anything? They're a quiet crowd, Pasta Ghost. They've been quiet the last couple weeks. Doesn't look like much, but Pasta Ghost will definitely, anytime you need time to jump up here and talk about it, especially after the 5 days and it goes through, and maybe there's some more comments or something in the forum, we can definitely get you back up here to talk a little bit about more of the direction and the reasoning and the purpose and how you envision this going forward.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
Thank you, sir, very much. All right, let's see here. Make sure there's no questions in stage chat. Okay. I think that moderation obviously was probably involved with kind of helping, build this proposal in some shape and form. And I know that there was probably others as well. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that could speak to, but Pasta was the one who really got this over the finish line and has really taken the charge on it, and we appreciate him within the community for taking this on his shoulders. It does take a lot of time. I don't know how many people have created proposals yet that are in the audience, but it is a process. It does take time, effort, and to ensure that you are able to put everything down that you'd like, that you think the community would like, answer the questions, feedback, update, make there is a process and time and effort that's put into that. So please always share your appreciations with those who are willing to go that extra mile and actually, put a lot of thought and process into any proposal that comes up forward to Shapeshift, because it does take a little effort there. We did have one recent proposal. This it has passed, and I know that we've talked about this, and I don't think that we probably need to spend much more time on that. But if Willie Fox wants to talk about like his next steps or what he envisions happening next for it, he's always free to. And if he wants to, he can put in the chat. There he is. No problem. This was SCP 107, grant ops work stream authority to appoint and remove push delegates. GM, sir.
GM never was. Thanks for inviting me up. I'll keep it short. Thank you, everyone who voted on this proposal. This is passed, and we're exercising it right now. Tyler just put up the first request to remove the delegate that was previously appointed and add the 2 new delegates for wherever, as was mentioned in the proposal as kind of the anticipated first changes we'd be making. And the wherever team is very excited about this, and we're moving forward now with the integration. So hopefully we'll have something soon for you guys to be able to play around with in the new app.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the update, Willie. I know you know you're going to stay on top of that, even though you might have quite a few things in the air and involved with, but you definitely will make sure that this gets done and taken care of. So I appreciate that. While I have you up there, Willie, quick question about Metaforo. Any updates? I think we did talk about it a little bit on the AMA lunch call on Wednesday, and it was referenced in another AMA. I think that was the Wednesday one. Sorry, apologize. But any updates on to when the forum will be switched over or migrated or anything like that? Or are we still just in process of ensuring that we have everything that we desire or would like to have in there?
Testing's going really well. Shout out to Giantkin and for making sure we've got all the necessary perms for moderation. And shout out to the growth work stream who's getting ready to announce this. The current plan is to announce next Thursday, and we're looking at likely next Tuesday night to actually execute this migration. So we'll be basically putting the forum into read-only mode for a brief period while we export all the data from the forum and hand that over to Metaforo so they can upload that into our new prod instance, and we can ensure that we're not missing any data from the legacy forum. So if everything goes according to plan, Wednesday morning, we will redirect the forum.shapeshift.com to the Metaforo instance, and we'll all be able to go in there, sign into with our email to the same account that we had on Discourse, and connect all of our legacy Discourse history to our new Metaforo account. So gonna need to confirm those dates work for them. They are planning on doing it next week, so we're just finalizing those dates, and then we'll confirm that the dates work on our end to execute the redirect. But that is a tentative plan, and I was planning to share that at the off sprint on Monday to give everyone another heads up. And then if that goes well, on Thursday we'll be announcing it, and Growth is already working on putting together some instructional videos to highlight the migration.
Awesome. Sounds great. Appreciate the alpha here and giving us that heads up here as well, being that we are so tied to governance on this call. So I really appreciate that. Look forward to all of the great proposals that will be put on Metaforo. You guys got anything ready? I mean, it's a good place to put it. It's launching, get them out there. But if not, we'll see them soon.
That's right. One other thing to note, I think we might hold back just a little bit on migrating the ideation process over to Metaforo because it's working right now in Snapshot. And one thing we noticed was that until the Wallet Connect Part 2 integration is done on ShapeShift, Keep Key users would be losing the ability to vote on ideation proposals. So for that reason, we may just do the forum migration, make sure everything's working well there, and then pull the trigger on the ideation migration as soon as the Wallet Connect Part 2 is done.
Sounds like a plan. Appreciate the forethought that went into that and ensure that all of our users have the capability of voting with their Fox. So thank you, Willie, for that.
Thank you, Neverwest.
No problem. Like I said, it was pretty quiet in the forum as well as in the proposals on Snapshot. So not much else to really talk about as far as what is going on with upcoming ideation or an upcoming props proposals. So I will pretty much open it up to anyone. If there's any questions, I'm going to check stage chat another time and take a look at that and see if we have anything there. There's some discussion and some questions and answers regarding SCP 108. And I'm happy to see that, as always, Pasta Ghost and Giantkin and others are happily answering questions and discussing things in the chat. So thank you for that. There's also, feel free to check out Discourse, where we do have the current forum until everything is transferred over to Metaforo, and all that will transfer over, as Willie said. But you know, if you ever want to catch up on any of the comments or any of the posts, the original posts, and follow along there, the forum is a great place to communicate questions as well as ideas. So feel free to do that going forward. Yep, definitely some healthy discussion there going on in the stage chat. So I will definitely allow that to continue. But as far as our call and our slides, it looks like that we are pretty much wrapping it up. We do have an active post that I will mention, just because a few hours ago there was a post on it, and it's good to kind of follow along in those things and those conversations. This is an incubation post, kind of just very much in the idea building phase, the creation of a ShapeShiftDAO Evmos validator. We talked about this last week a little bit. The post has been out there, but it did receive a little bit more attention. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that and read those comments and posts, feel free to go visit that one as well. But as far as new things and other ideas, it is pretty quiet. So I will gladly give back time to everyone and allow you guys to continue on your day. I would thank everyone for joining today. And I don't see any additional raised hands or questions. So I will wrap it up and allow the continuation of the conversation on the chat and on the stage chat channel. I see that there are definitely some discussion there. I know that Giantkin doesn't frequently come up on stage, but Giantkin, if you want to come up on stage and Firebomb, I can bring you up as well, and you guys can save some typing and come up and talk if you like. But I don't think that you guys will probably do it async on the stage chat, probably gladly, but no problem. I understand. But as always, we extend the opportunity to any of the community members and contributors to speak on things if they choose to. So if in the future y'all would like to talk or have this communication on different forum posts or within certain channels set up by Discord, there's a governance channel, there's a proposal discussions channel. Feel free, as always. No problem. That is perfectly fine, Firebomb. Appreciate you taking the time to communicate and type it out. It's always great to have the feedback. So everyone, if you want to follow along the conversation on the stage chat, feel free to. Thank you all for joining the call, and I will wrap it up and give everyone some time back. Thank you all. Bye. GM.